Michelle, and I'm an author with Pieces of Learning. I decided to talk to you about both of these books at the same time because they're actually companion books. The first one, Motivating Underachievers, is a book for teachers. There are 220 strategies on exactly what the book says. How do we motivate our underachieving students? Now, the other book, the Becoming an Achiever book, is the book that is written for students. Many of the strategies in this one are spelled out a little bit more in this one. This is the book for actually students to use. As I go through the different topics, I'll try to talk a little bit about the teacher edition and then the student edition. I do want to say with Becoming an Achiever, you can certainly buy one copy and use the CD in the back to download particular pages that you want for your students. But this could also be a consumable book, or it could be a book where you would have classroom sets so that every student would have a copy. And so either way on that would be a way that you could use this particular book in the classroom. Now let's go back and talk a little bit about motivating underachievers. The first chapter in this book just talks about underachievement and what it is. I think most of us have a pretty good idea when we get an underachieving student. We kind of know what that student is like, and but trying to think what causes it. Why isn't that student just wanting to achieve? The first chapter in this book talks a lot about that. And then, starting with chapter 2, we go through a lot of different strategies. Self-esteem and self-concept, goal setting, study skills, organization and time management skills, lots of ways for self-motivation and for us to learn ways to actually motivate students in the classroom through our learning activities. There's a chapter in here on working with parents of underachievers and how you might do that. And then last but not least in this book, a little bit about dealing with the various systems, whether it's your school system, whether it's your big district system or a regional system. How can you do that with your underachievers? The chapters in this book are divided up into sections so that if you were looking, for example, for some strategies on goal setting, you would literally go to the section that says goal setting and you would find 5 or 6 or 7 different strategies that you might use for that. So it's really user-friendly. I almost think of this book, Motivating Underachievers, as being an encyclopedia of strategies. Now, the Becoming an Achiever is set up in a similar but not exactly the same way. In this book, I like to kind of think of the strategies as 7 steps. You can see them right there. The 7 steps starts out with building self-confidence, then goal setting, then motivation, time management and organization, study skills, test-taking skills, and then dealing with the system. Remember, this is the book for students, so it is written in a student-friendly fashion. There are a lot of pages within the book that actually have pages that the students can fill out information, a lot of reflection pages, so that they're really thinking about, how can I become an achiever? Now, the other thing that I'd like to just say about the 2 books, on this title, I specifically use the word underachievement. This is the book for teachers. I want teachers to realize that if you're struggling with underachievers, this is a book that will really help you. Now, you notice in this book, I didn't use the word underachiever on purpose. I don't want the kids to focus on, oh my gosh, I'm an underachiever. I want them to focus on, I can become something. And the thing that I can become is an achiever. So that's why the titles are not exactly alike. I want the kids to be able to say, yes, I know some steps of how I can become an achiever. Now, one other thing that I want to just mention about the differences in the book, because it is a book for teachers and it's a book of strategies, it would make a very good study book if you have some professional learning communities or some study groups at your school. This might be a book that would be a wonderful one to use in that context or that setting. It's also good for your own personal reference, so that, you know, if you're having trouble with a particular child or group of children, you can go and get some new strategies right away. And that would be the use for this book. This book, on the other hand, you could use in a study skills class for students. A lot of middle school teachers tell me that their school is set up with some kind of a study skills program. The same is true with many ninth graders just coming into high school. There's some kind of a study skills curriculum that they want to use, and this book has been used as the textbook in a number of those kinds of courses. I will say on this book, the Becoming an Achiever book, you will want to use it with 4th grade and above. The reading level probably would be inappropriate for kids younger than that, and even the strategies and the suggestions really work for 4th grade through about 9th or 10th grade best. On the other hand, the Motivating Underachievers book is for any educator. K through 12, guidance counselors, this is a book for you. Administrators, this is a book for you. Anyone who works with students and wants to learn how to motivate their underachievers, this would be a book that would be helpful to you. So I hope that you'll take a look at both of these books, decide which is best for you, or perhaps both, and that you will learn a lot from them, and that your students indeed will become achievers. Thank you so much.